Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Boronia Bowls Club for the Novice Championships for 2023. We've got Bruce McFadyin, who's in it for the third year in a row in his last year. He hasn't won it as yet. And we've got Wayne Gunstone, who's one of our newer bowlers, first-year bowler. Has been playing all year and plays pretty well, actually. So hopefully you enjoy the evening. I was going to do a pre-match, and as per usual, my gear didn't work, so not much I can do there. But this will be the very first official game under the brand new lights at Boronia, so that should be very interesting indeed. I was here last week during testing, and they are bright. Let's put it that way. Brand new LED lights on both rinks now for the first time at Boronia. We've had lights over the main green for years, but not on the back green. So it'll be good that we can do both going forward. So just to kick off, here's a little bit of information about my brand new sponsor, Hooded Life.
This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded.
So there we go. As you can see, Hooded Life has come on as a sponsor of Match Jackson Balls. Thanks very much to Todd Simmons down at Hooded Life, who also plays bowls at Clayton Bowls Club. So he knows a fair bit about bowls, and he knows a fair bit about the gear needed to play bowls. So I've got some Match Jackson Balls merch coming soon, which will be awesome. So anybody that knows me will see me running around in Hood Life gear and Match Jackson Balls gear, because we've sort of collaborated on the design and come up with something we like. So more info on that in the coming weeks. But anyway, so we're just going through roll up at the moment, so she's pretty quiet.
Talking to yourself again, Matt.
Wayne will be the home team. This is the last end of the roller.
So we're joined this evening by special comments man, Zach Woning from Mitcham Bowls Club. How are you, buddy?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, not bad.
Looking beautiful around here. It's starting to get a bit dark, though. These lights could probably come on.
Light could probably come on real soon, I reckon, actually.
Yeah. Might drag these flies off us, too. Bugs
Yeah,
right
I've
above
just
us.
seen them flying around above us.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is good, mate. You got the setup all working?
got the setup all working, so now I've got wireless cameras, which is rather nice. Brand new microphone. So no, it's working.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
going well, mate. It's going all right.
Goes nicely.
So for people that haven't heard yet, I'm going to put out a big shout out for it. Lilydale have got a tournament coming up on, you can help me out here, May 6th?
May 7th.
7th, Sunday, May 7th. So at the moment, they've got 20 teams in. They're hoping to get 30. All proceeds of the day will go to the Royal Children's Hospital. So it's an inaugural fundraising tournament that they're putting together, which is pretty cool. So Matt Jackson Balls will be live streaming it all day. Zach, you're playing, aren't you?
No, I won't be playing actually. I've set up a team from Mitcham to go down and participate in it, but I'm actually defending a title up at Alexandra with Joshy Sanders, and it was meant to be Ethan Mills, but Ethan has pulled out, so I'm not sure who we've got as our.
Well, you can't have me.
Can't have you.
No, you can't have me, mate.
Can't have a lot of people.
No.
Most should be going to Lilydale to participate in that.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea. I love what Luke Ingham especially is doing over there, but Lilydale as a whole, they're doing a good job. And
Yeah, absolutely.
it's nice to see more teams getting on board with it. As you said, pretty much, it's, I don't know the exact percentage, but there is a little bit of prize money there. So the clubs, it's a bit of an outlay to enter, but remember that most of that is going back to charity. So it's all for a good cause, and it's nice to see the bowls community giving back a little bit. I think as a whole, we're pretty selfish. The bowlers, the bowling community, we're all out for a little bit of money for ourselves. You go out to enjoy a tournament and stuff like that, but when it comes to putting up some funds and travelling a certain distance and all that, unless the money's really good, you don't usually do it. So
No.
it's nice to see this. They've got some teams from Morwell as well. I think they got 2 from Morwell. They got.
That's good.
I should actually get the list out, but there is quite a few coming from this side and that side and the other.
Well, Chook, if you are listening or watching, and I can't see because I can't get up my page up to see who's watching and who's listening yet. Text me the list, mate, or send it through Messenger.
Yeah, I can get it up on my phone now.
We'll see.
Let's do that. Just had the first bowl go down there from Wayne. A couple feet
Touch short on that one.
but not a bad starter. So what are we playing here? We've got the novice singles, which is 1st to 21, I imagine.
I presume so. I haven't even asked what the rules are. Brucey's started off on fire.
That is a brilliant way to start the game.
Not bad.
Have you had many participate in this?
Yeah, we had. It was 14, 15, I think.
Oh,
Been
wow.
a few rounds of it. So
What qualifies for novice status?
first 3 years.
First 3 years. Oh, very close there from one.
So I was just saying before, this is Bruce's third ping at it.
Okay.
He's
yeah.
made the finals the last 2 years and come runners up 2 years. So
wow.
he's hoping for a good show tonight to finally get his name on a trophy, which would be good for him because he does work hard at his game.
Oh,
And he's
what's he done
just
here?
undone himself a little bit.
Opened it up a little bit. Giving
I-
away some room.
I played with Brucey in our first side most of the year, and he does unfortunately have a tendency to go a bit heavy at times,
Yeah.
which sometimes undoes his own good work. But
Well, it does get taught a lot to novices. I mean, it's a basic thing. You want to reach. You can't really affect the head or affect the game if you're not reaching. So, it is good to see. And I don't mind the idea of attacking your own shots either, as long as you're not too quick. He was probably a little bit too quick there, but
yeah,
better you changing the head than them changing the head.
I think Bruce is still holding shot here.
I'd say he is. Yeah, the Jack Eyeball should have it.
He's definitely holding shot there.
We'll wait for this end to
Oh,
come to an
yeah,
end. I've
hang
got
on.
the list up for all these sides here. So.
I'll try and move the right camera instead of doing what I'm doing. There we go.
It's almost easier seeing the live stream from where we're sitting. Trying
It
to
is,
see the
I might-
angle the bowls are coming in. You can tell the pace from where we're sitting, but trying to see the line is a bit difficult.
I might swing things around, mate. Give us a bit of a bigger screen to look at.
Oh, that's better, yeah. Okay.
Like that, see?
That's beautiful.
There we go.
Lovely, yeah, you've definitely upgraded since the King of the Hill tournament.
I have, mate.
At least
I
this
have.
one's
It's,
working.
yes. Well, hopefully the internet holds together, unlike the Mitcham one.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, not a bad effort from Wayne. Not quite there. These are the ones. If you can add shots in these sort of circumstances. It's got a free hit at it. Yeah, it does have to get within 1.5 foot now, but
I think he was worried about getting in there.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
it's a
gone.
bit tentative.
Yeah.
But that is where the better players succeed and excel. Is they can add shots to that.
Well, I think he probably scared himself after his second shot.
I think he might have, but he's held on the one there. So early lead to Bruce.
That's the other thing. I better get up. I better get the scores up.
Now, just while Matty's doing that, I do have this list here from the current teams in the Lilydale event. The Royal Children's Hospital appeal. Not to be confused with the Good Friday appeal. My team from Mitcham actually went there on Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Wayne and Stevie Milstead and I can't remember. I think they might have had Berkey as well, Dennis Burke. They showed up to Lilydale at 8:30 last Friday morning.
Expecting a game.
I got the call up. I missed the call because I was looking after my child. But then when I finally rang Wayne back, they were on the way home. They'd been sitting there in an empty car park for half an hour.
No.
He'd read the flyer wrong. So, there should be no mistakes.
No comment.
So Sunday 7th of May, there is $4,000 total prize money, so it is still bloody good. I'm not actually sure if they will make that a rankings event, but again, chicken, if you're listening, that's probably something you can look at doing. There is a little bit of money to be won, but for the most part, the majority will be going back into charity. There'll be a bunch of different activities and food options, and I think there's an all-day sausage sizzle. There'll be plenty of different things that you can throw a little bit of money at to raise some funds. I think they're looking for a total of $10,000, which would be
that'd be good. Yeah.
Just the teams going in it, the team list here. So we got Brighton, Fitzroy, Victoria, Ivanhoe, Croydon, Morwell, Clayton, Blackburn, Burton Park, Churnside Park, Blackburn North, Heathmont, Narre Warren, Warburton, Wonthaggi, and Ivanhoe, as well as Mitcham. Our club, my club, has got a team in it. And I have told Luke if they do run into uneven numbers that I will sponsor a team myself from another one from Mitcham there. So he's doing pretty bloody well to get the sides he's got, and they are coming from all over the shop. So
and that's good.
It is very, very good. So for those interested in potentially getting in there, you do need at least one female in the side. It is triples. And I'm not actually sure. I believe Joshy Sanders is working out the actual format depending on how many teams. But I believe there'll be a few short form games plus some finals, I'd imagine. And if you're not playing, and if your club's not playing, by all means, it is a charity day. So come down and support.
It's $5 entry.
$5 entry. Like I said, all day sausage sizzle. I'm sure there are plenty more activities on the cards and plan to go. So it should be a cracking day, weather permitting.
Oh, Brucey's just put in, I reckon. Just looking at that and our angle, we're actually in the corner. So they're playing on rink 2, as you can see. We're actually over in the corner with a pretty good view up this end. And Brucey's definitely holding shot there.
Yeah, Wayne's got a nice bowl out in the wing there to work off. He just needs to be here. Oh, he's a little bit tight.
I did have a roll on this before. I didn't tell the boys.
Yeah.
But coming up towards, so this up the end that they're bowling towards now is the clubhouse end.
Yep.
And it's a bit uphill.
Oh, right, okay. Well, it shouldn't be uphill. It might feel uphill, but it shouldn't be uphill.
It feels uphill. Brucey's hit his own up.
Oh, and enough too.
Rolled in for another one.
I believe that'll be 2. Now, these guys being novices, so you said Brucey's been playing, this is his third
This is his
season
third,
now.
well, he just finished his third, yeah.
Wayne's first, I believe?
Wayne's first.
Yeah.
So
have you been working with him? Is he going to play some weight here, or?
Wayne doesn't mind playing a bit of weight, but if you have a look, he's got nothing behind the head.
No, he doesn't.
So I think he'd be just drawing to cut it down.
Under his own, he's close.
He's going to be close.
Oh,
Not close
really
enough, though, I don't think.
Really an effort. Couple down.
No, Wayne doesn't mind playing with weight. As I've seen during practice, he's driven me off the jack a few times.
Yep.
Which I'm not overly happy with from a novice bowler, let's be honest.
The game has changed
These new blokes that come in and just want to be driving at heads from day one. No, I don't mind.
But no, especially early in the game, you want to be sticking to your draw as much as possible. I mean, I'm the last person to be saying that. It's not
You
what
are.
I do at all, but early in the game, you do want to establish your draw and only whip out the drive when you need to. But an early 3-0 start to Bruce, so
It is indeed.
Wayne may have to play a couple big ones soon.
Yeah, but for a bloke that's only just started bowling,
Oh, mate, he's phenomenal.
He's
You brought him
not,
down for a roll at Mitcham that day, and he was keeping up with us
Yeah.
well and truly. So
and he doesn't mind being behind. He doesn't get flustered.
yeah,
He's got a good head on his shoulders in that way. He doesn't get flustered. He doesn't get, upset over bad bowls or anything like that, as you sometimes expect from new bowlers.
yeah. Well, exactly as you
If-
just
if
mentioned,
anything-
I believe Brucey's just turned his back on that one, but I'm not sure why. 'Cause
That's-
it
that's-
is not
that's-
a bad start.
That's Bruce for you.
Oh right,
Yeah.
okay. Just clears the mat. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people do that. Put their bowl down and just vacate the mat.
No, he turns around in disgust.
Yeah. Oh, so that was out of disgust.
That
wasn't
was
it?
probably out of disgust. Which I don't know why Brucey. I don't know. He just does it, and then you turn around. What'd you give up on that for? And it's
Yeah.
sitting next to the jack. So
Well, it is a great start under the circumstances. When you've got this early lead, you don't necessarily have to nail the jack, but
No.
leaving him short in the line like that isn't the worst.
good evening, Mark Slade and Jimmy Toll,
Slady.
Scott Moody.
Congratulations to Slady's daughter Olivia making the region side again, as well as every other representative from our region.
Yes,
Good on them all. That was announced today.
I spoke to Olivia yesterday.
I mean,
Yeah, I did.
she's a lock. There's no
Yeah.
ifs and buts.
Well,
about it.
she's part of the Heathmont squad for the Lilydale tournament.
Oh right, okay. Actually, that has just reminded me of a great point there. As well as Wayne going to the Good Friday, he took 3 blokes with him.
Oh, did he?
He didn't take a female
Oh
with him.
no. Oh, wow.
He's had his mind on other things. We've got our big
He has,
tournament on
yes.
this weekend, but no, that's inexcusable. That's poor. Not only, even if it had been the day, they wouldn't have been allowed to play. So.
Oh, Brucey, that's another great bowl.
Bruce,
Look at
is
that.
brilliant, and this is
Brucey's on
coming
fire
back
early.
To what we were just talking about. This might be a time he may just have to let one rattle down.
I think he might. Don't be surprised. Wayne is not scared to play with a bit of weight, and he's not too bad at it either. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. Does it let go?
No, it's not.
It's not. It's
Not gonna
almost
go.
fading out.
Yeah.
Bit of speed though. Holds
He,
it nice and
he,
straight.
he gives it a go. And look, he does have the back bowl, so there's no harm in if Bruce was going to play safe here, he'd put one back.
He does. But, I mean, the thing is, in singles, back bowl or no back bowl, he's 2 down already. There's only 4 bowls to play with, so 2 down behind really wouldn't make any difference.
Bruce is going to pull up short here.
Oh, it's a handy blocker though. It's right on the
not bad,
line.
actually.
That is brutal.
We actually do have, the cameras actually have mics on them as well, so we'll slowly tune them in and so you can hear what's been asked and said. I've just got to be careful with the camera up this end because there's a couple of spectators standing right behind it.
Tell you what, if he clears the front one, he's got to clear Bruce's. He's close.
Very
He's
close.
close here. What a shot.
That's a cracking
That's
bowl.
a brilliant bowl. Well, he needed a big one and he's come up trumps. That's huge. 3-2 rather than 5-0. That's a massive bowl.
And that's what I like about Wayne. He's not scared to play those shots.
No.
And he's got a knack for actually hitting them too.
Well, backing up after a drive too. That's huge. A lot of experienced players don't do that.
No. They're some of the hardest shots to
They
play.
are, yeah.
Have a drive and then try and draw in.
Yep.
How many is that? Might have been
It
2.
was 2 to Wayne, yep.
Huh?
Oh, the marker's putting the
Easy.
scores up on the board for us. What's the marker's
Yeah.
name here?
That's Dave.
Dave.
Dave
Dave's
Inglis,
doing a good job.
our tournament. I don't know if he's our tournament director, but he's definitely on the tournament committee. He does a wonderful job with all our intra-club sort of tournaments.
Yep.
Now Wayne, as per usual, has gone long.
This is a preferred length for him, is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, mind you, he doesn't mind playing any lengths, but
Yeah.
his preference is to go long when he's got the mat. Unless the other bloke, of course, is going long and beating him. But
Yeah, I mean, he's a reasonably tall guy. Or is that just next to Bruce? He looks taller.
I don't know. No, he'd be a good 6 foot.
So it's a quite an easy draw for him going down there. But I dare say Bruce is going to have to give this a bit of a shove.
Actually, I better change the camera. Might help. Wakey, wakey, Matt.
Yeah, Bruce is having to give him a good flick up there. And Wayne really needs to capitalise on these. Started well. He has to beat his own here, though.
Yep. I was actually just wondering if the cricket was going through the microphone or not. There's a cricket almost, probably a couple of metres behind us. Already giving me the ear, so I'll have to get up and go looking for it soon.
Yeah, Wayne's disappointed with that one. He wanted to be there and he's fallen about 4 or 5 feet short there. So it's still counting, which is something, but it's not what he was expecting.
Brucey's going to pull up. Coming this way. It is difficult, and I was having trouble with it. I had a quick roll at about 3:30. It is pulling up a lot quicker than the other end.
Yeah, it looks like they're running along the surface nicely, but yeah, as they slow down, they do seem to slow down really quick. So
This
I'm
is
guessing about 14 seconds. Maybe slightly under.
slightly. It's about 13 3/4.
Yeah.
Definitely going that way.
See, this looks like it's got heaps on it, but it should pull up real nice onto the
Yeah,
That's
that
a
will.
great shot.
Yeah. See,
Beautiful
that's a
ball.
cracking shot. And this will be. Bruce has probably played under lights a few times, but Wayne generally not. So the boys may find it somewhat tricky as it gets darker and more dewy. Oh,
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
still 2 down, I reckon.
yeah. From this angle, it definitely looks 2 down. Dunno.
From Wayne here. Huge ball. As we said about Bruce in the first down, you have to capitalise on these, and it's generally the person who wins the game is the one capitalising on the open draws. He hasn't sent that, I don't think. No, not quite reaching. So Brucey does have a nice gap there. He's been favouring his backhand. He's got a nice gap there to land Wayne. His pace looks okay. He's gone the wrong side of the bowl to what he would have wanted, but he's drawn second shot there, so if he didn't have second already, he does now. That's a good roll.
Yep.
Good way to get the shot too, if he found his right line.
Because look, Bruce knows he's played enough to know. Look, if there's a head you generally can't win, at least cut it down. Don't let the opposition get out on you in that way. Just get in for second shot and let the game sort of not get away from you real quick.
Have these two been going in your pennant? Have they worked their way up to the ones yet?
Well, Bruce has played in the ones for most of the year with me.
Yep.
Scotty and I, and he's been leading for us. And
Beautiful.
if anything, Brucey's probably his biggest own critic. And again, the amount of times that's crap, but he'll be 2 metres behind the head.
Yeah.
And the amount of times his bowls came into play.
Yeah. Yeah, which which especially on tighter grass on your home games would be very helpful. I find that at Mitcham too, obviously. Back bowls are gold.
Yep. And again, as I said, Bruce has got a tendency to be heavy. So sometimes you'll be 3 metres behind, 3.5 metres behind, and you'll oh, sorry, oh, that was crap. And it's like, no, it's actually not. Wait a little bit. And especially with myself and Ian Scott, who don't mind having a run at the head if we need to, we know we're always going to have 1 or 2 back there. Is Brucey under? Oh.
Not reaching.
I reckon he's just a touch too short for shot, but...
Yeah, no hand change here from Wayne, which I like. Even though Bruce has got that bowl there, it would scare most people off playing at hand.
Yeah, Wayne's pretty good in that way. Like a lot of novices and a lot of new bowlers, I get in their ear and say, don't change your hand. There's no need to go changing hands.
No,
unless you
not in
absolutely
this
have to.
However, he has thrown it down deliberately tight, trying to avoid Bruce's bowl, and it has gone on him. So I don't think he's going to be able to take a natural line there. Yeah, Bruce has done the same. As soon as you're under that line, you're gone. So I think a hand change might be necessary, actually. And he's contemplating it. And he is, yeah, he's changing to the backhand here.
Yep.
Plenty of room, no reason to be short either. A bit of jacks were real great. Good track, just got to be there. Yeah, good shot. Great shot.
Yeah, absolute cracker.
Yeah, it looks like the bar might be open over there.
Go on, mate.
So I might
go and help
get on the
yourself.
pass.
Yeah.
Pretty let down. No. I'll go and get it. Would you like a drink? You want a Coke?
Coke would be lovely, thank you, sir. So, Wayne definitely holding shot. I reckon 2 shots here. And the lights are starting to take effect now. Probably see it a bit more clearly on the feed than we can here. And that's another great bowl by Wayne. I think Bruce is playing with a bit of weight here. I could be wrong. Sometimes it's hard to read. Bruce's bowl's out of his hand. I reckon, unfortunately for Bruce, he might have dropped a 3 here. See what the marker says.
Look at the second and third, but I'll let you do that. I didn't know whether you wanted to do a measure. But it looked like 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
Well, as you can hear, I've actually turned the microphone on up that end. As I said earlier, I don't really want to turn the other end on because there's people standing behind the camera and you'll tend to pick up everything that they say. It's probably not what they want. I'm sure it's not what everyone watching wants either, just quietly.
Coming back in.
So I better update the scores here. And after a 3-zip start to Bruce, Wayne's got him for 6 on the last few, so. But Brucey won't be flustered. And Jimmy Toll has said you should have names with bowls colours. Well, actually what I can do is flip the scoreboard around, Jimmy. Give me a tick. Right, and I'll flip the names around and then we'll be pretty close. There you go, Jim. You happy with that? But thanks, mate. It was a good point. But the funny thing is, with doing live feeds, you can't change colours and things on the fly. All of the graphics and everything are pre-done. But good point. I'll have a think about it next time, mate, because I should be able to change colours pretty quick. Actually, I'll see how quick I can do it. Just for you, Jim. So Brucey's put in 2 decent bowls there to start. Righto. I'll wait until Zach gets back before I start mucking around. Because otherwise I will not be concentrating on what I should be doing, which is commentating bowls. So I think second shot's going to be a measure from here. But again, difficult to tell on the angles. Much better. Now Jimmy Toll came up with a good idea. I've swapped the scoreboard around because Wayne's bowls are in blue.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
And it'd be pretty typical for Jimmy Toll to make sense.
And pretty typical for you to not make sense.
Exactly right. Jason Jones, how are you, buddy? All the way from Tatura Bowls Club. He's been a guest on Match Jackson Balls.
Oh, right. Oh, not quite there. Good reply after dropping a 3, though. He should have 2 there.
Should have, yeah, it's just, we're right on a really weird angle here.
The jack-high bowl generally wins. If they look close, the jack-high bowls more often than not got it.
Oh, yeah.
I was just speaking to Jono inside before. He would have played with Novice as well, would he?
He won it last year.
He won it last year, did he? Yeah. Ah, so you can't play it again once you won it?
Nah. So, Jono's already indicated, Jono Gloucester that is. The big fella, he's already indicated he's going in the regionals again next year. Now, is Cam able to go in the regionals because he won it?
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't think he qualifies next year anyway.
Oh, that's right, because this is his second season.
I actually did hear a rumour that they weren't going to run it. I did
Jimmy
hear something.
Toll can answer that question.
Yeah, if Jimmy's still watching. No, I did hear it wasn't going ahead anymore.
Which would be a shame, because I wanted to put, look, there'd be a good 2 or 3 blokes.
Yeah.
That I would like to enter in from here. Wayne being one,
Yeah.
Jono Gloucester again, and we've got a couple of new guys coming through as well. So,
well, this is where you have to get around them and get them enjoying it. Like, this is amazing here. You got the biggest turnout I've seen at Boronia. This is awesome.
yeah, no, we We get a few people down. If it was a Sunday afternoon and the sun was shining, we'd probably have a few more, but no, we do.
Brucey's mat is on the wrong line here. I was actually looking at this before. The two lines are right next to each other for no reason. The greenskeeper's obviously shuffled him around, but he's playing off the wrong line.
That's all right. Hang on, I'll let Wayne know. No, he's just picked it up then.
There we go. He's on it.
Probably got told by Dave at the other end.
I dare say it probably would have looked funny standing on the mat too. There's probably about a foot between them, between the lines.
Yeah, there's not much. That's a good start by Bruce. Cracking start.
Did we get confirmation on what last name was? Was it a 2?
No.
I
I'll
can't see
ask.
the scoreboard there.
Ask the question. See how Wayne replies. He's going to be far away. I think he's just going to cut the head, but his weight's pretty
it's a
good.
hell of a reply though.
As I said, Wayne's not. He doesn't get intimidated easily at all.
Well, that's the biggest thing for a reply bowl is you want to be putting it in a spot where you're probably not going to lose 4. Like he's probably. I mean, this is another good bowl
by Bruce.
But I cannot imagine losing a 4 when you're only what, a foot and a half short.
No.
So it was a good reply, but Bruce, he's putting the pressure on.
What we might do. There we go.
I'll tell you what, your camera's picking up the light way better than what we're seeing it, I reckon.
Yeah.
It looks dark out there, but when you look at the footage, it looks like the lights are bright as anything.
Yeah. That's a great bowl by Wayne. He does have a knack to just... If he needs to play with a touch of weight, he will. Like I said, he's picked up the game so quickly and so well.
Yeah, Bruce has got the exact same shot on offer here, as well as Jack for a couple. Yeah, he's just going to hang wide, but
just a touch heavy, I reckon.
It's going to leave him a big bowl. Yeah, you're right. A couple feet off that, he probably gets it.
Yeah.
But he's got a big bowl now for a 4 on the last shot.
That's a great effort there by Bruce on that one. Just a touch short. You're holding, Wayne. I can tell you from here. Who needs a marker when you're live feeding?
That's actually a good point, because we could potentially play marker. They could look at us for questions if they wanted to. You could do that for future events. Saves one person the having to get donned out in the uniform. And
I think Wayne's purposely throwing that one away. He doesn't bowl, like, it's way out wide and way short.
Yeah.
So I think he's just, I don't want to go have anything to do with that.
No, and I think we're going to see that a lot. You generally do see that from newer players.
I don't know, just updating the scores. That'll be 1 for Wayne. 7-5 now. So.
I might actually step back because I don't want to get in trouble here.
No, you're all right.
Thanks, Scotty.
Ian Scott has moved into Mark, my skip for the year. So Wayne has gone to his usual long length. Nothing wrong with that, of course. That's his preference, but I think that's travelling a bit. And that's in the drink. So I might actually zoom out on this so you can see the ditch itself. But it is, again, it's even difficult for players, that have rolled the jack, and it's a great skill to be able to roll the jack and then throw a bowl down at the same weight. There's a little magpie on the green. He's one of the babies from around here. So it does, with the cameras, it does look a lot brighter than what it is out here. It's a really strange period of night where the lights haven't fully kicked in. I mean, they're LED lights, they're instant kick in, but I don't think you're going to get the true effect until it is actually properly dark. It's a bit of a wayward end by both here. Bruce is actually his closest bowl's only a metre short. Wayne's is probably almost 2 metres past. That's a great effort by Wayne. That's a great comeback bowl. That's definitely shot. Great effort. Have a closer look at that. What's Brucey got to say about it? I think. Oh, he might have. It's tough from this angle. We're sort of on an angle that's close. I think Wayne might still be holding shot, but it'll be a measure, that's for sure. And Wayne's gone a bit skinny in this, and it might cost him. No. You're going to have a jail there. If he'd hit that front bowl, he was going to be in a bit of strife. But now Bruce has got a few bowls to play off. Dave, our marker, has indicated that Wayne's holding shots. I think Bruce will play with a little bit of weight onto his own bowl and just try and push his bowl and try and roll it over 2 or 3 times to make sure he's definitely got shot. In comes the bowl. He's close. He's very close. Yep. And he might have snagged 2. No, I'm just having a look at the length. It could be a measure for 2 here. That was a great bowl by Bruce. As I said, I thought he would try and play onto his own bowl and try and roll it a couple of times, which he's done to perfection. Doesn't look any better from that angle either. Yeah, Brucey got 2, so she's all tied up at 7-all. Neither guy giving an inch, really. Yeah, just have a break while Brucey rolls this down.
This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded.
All right, we're back. Brucey's gone a bit short here, so I'll zoom that in. It's gone a bit long there. Brucey's played with a bit of weight. Yes, he wanted to follow that. Nice bowl by Bruce. So we'll try and get a wide shot working soon. But because I was hoping to do a pre-game and post-game, but unfortunately the camera's working but the sound's not, which kind of defeats the purpose. My main Sony camera, which I use all the time, so something's not quite right there, but I'll work it out, I suppose. See what we can do, but it's difficult with the software I'm running because if anything changes, it likes to be shut down and fired back up again, so before it kicks in. New equipment or anything like that. Brucey's ended up probably a metre short there. Metre and a half short, but so I might hand over the reins to commentary shortly, just for a minute or two. It is getting quite chilly out here and I did not bring my jacket with me. So I do need to bolt to the car at some stage and get my jacket. That's all right.
You'll feel a can in the back of your head if you're in the wrong spot, don't worry.
What's Brucey done here? Might be a touch too wide, but Brucey's still holding shot. Wayne's not far away. Wayne wasn't far away on his last, and he gets it pretty close to his last bowl, which he's more than capable of doing. And here we go, here's the magpie playing up again. I don't know if you saw that. We do have a family of magpies hanging around here. So the young ones tend to not really know much about the game of bowl, so they tend to run across the green in front of people. Wayne can get around that, which he hasn't, unfortunately. So I reckon it's I reckon it's 1.
Yeah, it's only one. Yeah,
I'll take a stab and say 1.
definitely only one.
Yeah, all around there.
Well, mate, can I leave you to commentate for 5 minutes while I go and get a jacket?
Absolutely.
I'm
mate.
starting to freeze. You're wearing shorts because you're mad.
I'm alright. I did have a singlet on because the weather was beautiful. At
was
the moment
beautiful
that sun
before,
goes
yeah.
away. So, 8-7 at Boronia.
Oh, hang on, I'll flick the camera over. Look at this, mate. This is how fancy I get now.
Oh, off the
Can even
phone.
do it from your
Hello.
phone.
Look at him go. Notice Matty's got his Hooded Life logo up. Big shout out to Toddy Simmons and the work he does over there. I might actually hit Toddy up soon. I'm considering getting some flat caps for Mitchum. I don't like these old style caps. They get a bit flimsy up top and start looking a bit ragged really quickly. So.
Good man. Know the score?
Yeah, so it's not overly obvious on the stream because it does look really, really bright on the stream. The light's coming up, aces there, but in person, yeah, brilliant start here by Brucey. Well
Played
done.
a game with him here last night.
Yeah, here in person, it's very light in the middle. I mean, as Matty would have pointed out, these lights are only relatively new, and they're not fully adjusted yet to where they should be. So I think they're all pointed towards the centre, and the outskirts, probably the last, well, I'd say the last 5 metres all around the green is definitely a lot darker. Very bright in the centre of the green. I mean, you can see that on the live stream how bright it is on the centre there, but it does get quite dark towards the ends,
Yeah, I was surprised he was allowed
and a lot of shadows coming from the pre-existing lights, which I've just been told are coming down hopefully in the next week or so. And they'll get someone back to readjust the lights to get a bit better coverage around the green, but it looks good. I haven't been to Boronia for a long time, and they're doing some good things around here. A nice paint job over the place. The greens look like they're running beautifully. Looks like the greenskeeper's sitting over there too, watching and admiring his work.
The other ones don't matter, but the novice, that's
They've got a nice crowd here too. You've got, probably 20, 25 people. I think the game's on inside too, so they've got a few people inside watching,
last year. There's that big hoo-ha.
which is bloody fantastic. It's exactly what we need for novice players. It's I'm not sure if Jimmy Toll ever got back to us, but it'd really be a shame if the novice did go for the region, because it's huge. It's what gets these guys interested in playing competitively, and if you can get around them like Boronia are here with their 2 guys, it's a big G up. Win, lose or draw for these guys. Getting the support from their club mates will pump them up for next season and for the future. So.
Yeah, she lost. But I think she's got a bit of bipolar. She
Yeah, Bruce is out of the third here. Wayne's under a little bit of pressure.
whether it's
Needs to be reaching under his bowl.
maybe embarrassed. It's a shame because he was a good bowler. Well, they're both good bowlers.
Yeah, he was good bowler. He bowled for quite a number of years too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a new bowler.
How's he going? His track looks good. His pace, he's a bit big. He's going to need a... Yeah, he's just a touch big.
Well, his mum's a hot shot bowler and a coach.
Don't think that's cut anything out there. I'm not sure if the crowd's coming in at all, but anytime Brucey puts down a good bowl, the crowd is getting around him. As Matty pointed out, this is his 3rd crack at it. He's been runner-up twice, so it's his 3rd and last crack at winning the novice. So I think a few people are going for him for that aspect alone. And he's added a 4th here too. Here we go. This is huge. There's a nice big wall there for Wayne to play into.
Pedal down, mate.
He's just asked the question, what's happening, what's going on? He's going to be told he's at least 3 down. But 3 and maybe 4. He's having a good think on the matty. I'd switch the camera over to see he's stroking his beard and having a good think.
You better just smash it. I think you're 3 down.
I think the weight he played in his last bowl would be good now. I mean, if he hits his own again, he's going to turn that up and in. But if he lands any of the oranges with that sort of weight, he should hang around too. Alright, so he's definitely got a better line. It's all about his... Yeah, he's got the same sort of weight too. All about a result here. And he's played it well. That might be enough for second. Definitely cut one out. May have cut two, may have cut three out, but I'm going to guess two. Looking at the stream, yeah.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, looking at the at the live. It's,
Looking at live,
yeah.
That's two. I think with Wayne being straight down the middle, I think he's going to outdo the third.
Still a big shot. He was potentially four down
Yeah.
there, and it was a loose end from him. So to back it up with a, it was a bit stiff not to get second shot there. I thought he had better weight to land that bowl through and run on a little bit, but just needed a couple more feet away.
I'm going to measure this. Live, it doesn't look like a measure. But again, angles play a part in this game, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Different angles look like different things. I think it's going to be a couple of mil short. It is.
Yeah,
That's
two.
another two to Bruce. But again, we've already learnt neither of these guys really get frazzled.
No, I think especially, I mean, Brucey probably less so than Wayne, but I think you don't get frazzled as a newer player only because you're so focused on still bowling right, still getting your delivery correct,
Yep.
taking the right line, working all that stuff out. And then in that instance there, well, I mean, Wayne has to spend 30 seconds trying to figure out exactly what shot to play, and then he's got to then readjust. Like a lot of us, once you've played a few years, you go, all right, I've got to play 6 foot through that, and you get on and play 6 foot through.
Yeah.
He's got to then readjust his thinking, the way he delivers the bowl, and so I think with that much on your mind, you're not paying too much attention to the actual score. I wouldn't have thought.
I'm just having a little fiddle round here. I might be able to get my wireless mic up and working.
I wouldn't even bother till
Wouldn't
after.
even bother. No.
Wouldn't bother till after.
I'll change this slightly.
Yeah, great start here from Wayne. Beautiful. Oh, there we go. I'm just catching at the very bottom of Matty's laptop here. Jimmy Toll, Whisper is a state carnival, not confirmed. Regions could still have a championship and not go to state level. Yeah, okay. Well, state carnival would be good. I mean, the only issue is, I say it's an issue. The fact that they're playing is the fact that they have an opportunity to play is enough for me. But as I was pointing out before, I think the biggest thing about these novice events, whether it be club, region or state, is your club mates getting around you and having, like I said, there's got to be 25 people here at least. If it's a state carnival, you're not going to have that. You might get one or two go up and have a look because it's going to be sort of Bendigo or something like that. And as much as I love the novices of Mitcham, I don't think I can take that time away from my family to go up and do that. So
No. And how many people, especially novices, because they tend to be younger,
yeah.
how many can afford to take off for a weekend to go to a state?
Well, that's right too. I mean, although you
And
say
one
novices are
game and
younger,
you're probably out.
You say novices are younger, but I don't know if that's
Oh, but you know it.
always the case.
No, it's not always the case, but I'm the same. See, the regionals were good. The crowd that came to the Cam and Jono game,
Oh,
you had
unbelievable,
15, 20
Yeah.
from Mitcham. We had 10, 15 from Boronia come down, and it was just an absolutely
Well, that's the thing. We can put that call out
Cracking
to
atmosphere.
to our club members and say, hey, we've got this guy playing. We want to go down and support him. And it's
only down the
15
road.
minutes down the road.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't have to drive 2.5 hours to go and get to it. So.
Mm.
But in saying that, Jimmy, if the Whisper is a state carnival and that is what goes ahead, I think that would it's still great giving them that opportunity to be able to play. I would love it if the Eastern Rangers, regardless of whether it went on to state level, if the region just did their own.
G'day, Kev White. Yes, the lights are on, mate. They have to be. No, there's my alarm going off in my pocket. Turn that down.
Oh, he's found it up there. He's 3 down. This is big for Wayne. And again, another example of what we're talking about. He's put 3 within 2 foot, and he's got room to add a 4th. And this is what separates winners from losers.
Wayne did say he watched the episode I had with Thor from the Vic Open about playing bowls just around.
Just watching him come in. Nice. See, tentative. Yeah, I mean, that is a novice.
Yeah. But again, if you play bowls to a zone, more often than not, you're going to win them.
Yeah, no, that's right. A become match situation. It's, he could have those 3 bowls there and Brucey drops one inside it.
Yep.
It happens. But it doesn't always happen where you've played 3 bowls with inside that and then you've got a 4th bowl and no counter from Bruce. So it's a free throw.
Yep.
And none of them so far have taken advantage of that free throw.
No, that's a 3.
And hence why the game is tied at 10-all. No one's dragged away because they haven't been taking advantage. So
no.
Granted, I don't think a couple of them were overly easy. That one was, that one I think Wayne would be disappointed he didn't have one.
All right, quick word from Mize for our sponsor.
This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded.
Rightio. So, I don't know how many ends we've played. I don't think anybody really pays attention to ends when you're playing singles anyway. But we're nearing on the hour mark. At 10-all, we could be going for at least another hour. Because really nobody's taking ascendancy, nobody's bolting away with this game at all, as you would expect. They're 2 pretty evenly matched bowlers. Wayne's been playing in our Division 5 side this year as a first-year bowler, but he's been knocking on the door of our Division 3 side most of the year. And as I said, Bruce played the second half, or many games in the second half of the year in our top side, which made it through to Division 2. I'll wait until Zach gets back and we can talk about that a bit further, about how all the teams in the region went. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. I whipped that up. Just mucking around. Got the Match Jackson Balls theme music behind it. I'm glad you like it, Toddy. Good to see you watching, mate. Again, Wayne's gone back to full length, so they're struggling a touch with the length, but Brucey's short again by a good metre there. And again, the end they're playing to this end is the slower end. It is uphill, as I said earlier. and got told it's not exactly uphill, but it is. It seems uphill for whatever reason.
It
Last
almost
3 or
looks
4
greener.
metres, it is. The last 3 or 4 metres, it slows right up as opposed to the other end.
It's hard to say. I was pointing out earlier while you were off doing something. The lights seem to all be focused dead centre. They're not
I know,
spread a little bit more, so it does look darker around the outsides. But it could just be the green itself has a bit greener on the outside. You can see it on the live stream there.
It is
definitely
greener up
looks a
this
bit
end.
fluffier, so.
It's definitely
Which is
greener.
pretty,
He might sneak
pretty-
around the back here. Look at this. He has too.
Is he going to draw up?
Yep.
Yeah, good enough for sure.
I think on that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's stock standard for most greens, though. The inside gets worn a lot more, obviously, with people walking on it. It's rare that you're constantly walking around the banks.
Well, this one's only been open since Feb, this
Yeah.
green. So they topped it in late December. After our last game, they topped it and left it alone for
Yep.
2 months. So it hasn't had a lot of wear yet, but
Good shot here.
he's
Good shot.
gonna
here.
get around
Yeah.
Bruce.
He's there.
Yeah, that's there. So no, this green's only been up a month and a half now. But our greenskeeper guy gave it a big roll last week after I'd given it a big roll. And it played beautifully.
Go on here. It's all weight dependent. His line's beautiful here. Brucey.
Now watch it stop. Oh,
On the
is it
shot.
stopped? Yep.
On the shot. 10-11.
Definitely
Now, I was
snagged
saying earlier as well that a lot of the crowd is going for Brucey because this is his third and
that.
last
His
crack
third
at winning
game.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's only Wayne's first, so I can understand that. But I was almost going to back Brucey a few ends back. I thought he might run away with this now. And then Wayne got that 3 to tie it back up to 10
That's
all.
why
And looking at that, because I'm not sure, obviously the novices, like, Wayne obviously will want to win. But
Oh yes.
Bruce wants to win.
Bruce
you can
really
see
wants to
he
win it.
wants to win. And that's key.
Yes.
But if Wayne can put a bit of pressure on and get a little bit of a lead, that could Bruce could start seeing demons from his last
Well,
two efforts at it.
Brucey had a little practice game last night, not on this green, of course,
Yeah, right.
on the back green with Big Jono,
Why didn't he practice on this one?
and because it was closed.
Oh, right.
I haven't spoken to our greenskeeper, but there's a bit of moisture issues on this green, so he's had it closed for the week.
Yeah.
So I'll practice on the back green. Brucey was ahead 20-17.
This is against Jono.
Yeah, against
Yeah.
Jono and almost lost.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So got to 2019, so
Yeah.
potentially can get the jitters.
Sounds like Sam Tricky. Who's Sam Tricky?
Yeah, hang on. Who's Sammy?
Jimmy Tull.
Yes, Jimmy. Sammy Tricky is here. And you can hear Sammy Tricky a mile away. Jimmy, you just said hello. I don't know if you heard that. But yes,
Right, I think we need to get a bit of
Bruce and-
professionalism going on here. There's some yelling out going on by the commentator, who's while Brucey's on the mat bowling.
have the microphone off. Brucey had finished his bowl.
Good shot by Wayne.
Good start.
I think, yeah, it's hard to tell. I think the last few ends, it looks like Wayne's becoming more consistent than Bruce has anyway. But Brucey's doing what he needs to do.
Brucey's carrying a lot of weight with his bowl.
Get on his own. No, he's found the gap. Stiff, I don't mind the idea. I would have been playing a little bit less to make sure you keep your bowl on the green, but
Yeah.
giving you this chance to turn your own or land the bowl, it's not the worst.
But you will find, just based on local knowledge, that Wayne He's probably a lot more consistent than Bruce. Just, you
Yeah,
know, in
right,
his 4 bowls that he puts down, he'll probably have more consistency in it than Bruce will.
Yeah.
Bruce is going down with big weight again. He's trying to hit his bowl up.
Yeah, he was distracted by something there.
But I think he's
Yeah, see,
trying
that's
to
the
hit
weight
his
I would have
bowl
played
up.
on. He played that weight with the line he played on his previous bowl, and those happy days.
Not as easy as that, though, is it?
No,
As we all know.
it's obviously not, but he's been given the license to do it. I mean, Wayne drew the shot and then he dropped the next one 8 feet short. Like, yeah, without that pressure on you've got license to go for these sort of things. So, and again, Wayne's not capitalised, but he has put it in a spot where Brucey's probably going to freak out with that. I reckon he may stay the same hand and play tighter, but I dare say he switches
Just having a
hands.
look, he is.
Switching hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's coming on his forehand now.
Yeah, he's only just got to get past his front one, and he's going to be really
He's
close.
still carrying a hell of a lot of weight.
So, man, it's starting to slow down. You got the jack? Got the jack.
He's got it. Look at
One
that.
shot. Well
Wow.
played. Again, that comes down to, that's not necessarily Bruce playing smart and good shots. That is Wayne not putting the pressure on. He had one there, and that was all. Like, Bruce gave him all the room in the world, all the room in the world to draw.
Yep.
And he didn't capitalise. And then punished.
Again, they are novices. We're going to remember.
No, exactly
Yeah,
right. But it's all learning.
Yeah. Definitely is. Now, this is looking okay if it's going to pull up. It is too. It's going to stop.
Oh, wow.
What
What a
a-
shot.
Absolute bomb.
That is brilliant.
What a bomb of a shot.
He said balls don't listen to you.
Wayne,
That was a
11,
bloody
11.
Look at that.
1 to 1.
That would have hurt Brucey a little bit.
Yeah,
I got bloody bought this up. I got excited.
yeah. Absolute cracking bowl, that is. Whew.
Beautiful ball.
That's a great one. Look
Yours
at,
was a good one too, Bruce.
look at that, just sitting on the
Hey,
edge.
your viewers going?
Yeah.
Had a few watching?
Not many, because I haven't gone sharing it or anything. I'm just
no.
sort of keeping it pretty local tonight on my
Yeah,
YouTube
no,
and just
it's-
my Facebook page. So
It's a local club's novice final. It's
That's
not
right.
expected to get many views, but the fact that it's being live streamed by you is huge, especially for these blokes who can watch it back later.
yeah, they can watch it back later.
Which
and
is why, I mean, yes, they are novices, but I am gonna critique them throughout the game as much as possible.
course.
Because they will watch this back.
Yeah.
And
they will.
I think they'd appreciate the
that
little
will
bits
help
of
them
advice
for
here
sure.
and there. So.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start by Wayne.
Brilliant start.
Absolute cracker of a start. That's a good start by anybody.
Yeah, this is the danger with leaving the jack high ball
Yeah.
though. Again, gives license to just
Ooh.
reaching. Yeah, he's reached with a really good weight there too.
Yeah. Now what I'll try and do here, try and center that camera up a bit. There we go.
Good again by Wayne. He's doubled up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
That's what I was saying. Wayne,
So I
when,
wanna
when he
plug
gets on,
that
he's
hole.
very consistent.
Yeah, nice little wall
Yeah.
though. Brucey, if he can maintain that weight with 4 bowls, I dare say he's going to get one of them.
Brucey's eyes will be lighting up on this one.
Yeah, there's no reason to go big though. He's just sort of wanting the same weight as his last land either. He gets it right, he gets shot, and he looks like he's gone bigger. No, I'm wrong. It's pulling up nice and quickly. He's played this really well. That's a beautiful weight.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great bowl.
Yeah, he's a bit stiff rolling Wayne's over there.
Gives him a decent target though.
Yeah, he's got the catcher there
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy, I know what you're saying about replays, but they're a hell of a lot more difficult than what you think they are. I've spoken to a few people who use the software I'm using. It does do replays, but it can be really fiddly and it plays up a fair bit. So,
I would have thought surely you'd sort of click a button and it'll just replay the last 5 seconds or something like
yeah,
that.
you can. That's pretty much how you set
Okay,
it to
so you'd
set
have
it to
click on
run.
it, but yeah.
But it runs sometimes. Again, I had it all working one day in my bedroom, came out on site
Yeah.
after a few reboots and it decided not to work.
Yeah.
So, but no, these are the things I will be looking at, Jimmy, for sure. It's slowly but surely.
See, it looks
Yeah,
like
I
he's hammering him down.
I think, yeah, he's definitely played that with more weight. He just didn't have the line. Now that's probably hasn't hit Wayne's bowl enough through to cause it any.
No. No, he's looking for any contact on Wayne's bowl, but at that sort of weight, he's also going to turn Wayne's bowl through with it, so he's probably played a little bit too heavy there.
Wayne's going
And,
to come in on the
yeah,
backhand and he's
getting to a
covering
good
Bruce.
spot. Yeah, he's got to a great spot here. That's exactly where the
Yeah.
jack's going to go. So, yeah, it forces Bruce to play a slightly different way. I believe the bowl could go clean. I think if I'm playing that shot, I'm trying to hit the edge of the blue and potentially get the other blue out as well.
Yeah. You don't need
Oh, yeah,
don't need
too-
a ton of weight. You
No,
only
you
need
definitely
a
don't
metre,
now.
metre and a half through. Well, he
He's playing
hasn't
correct
gone
hand
through
for
with it.
starters.
Hasn't gone through with a truckload of weight.
He's too wide here though.
Even Bruce just said too wide.
Yeah.
That's one to
Lovely
Wayne.
weight though. Yeah, if he gets the front of Wayne's bowl with that sort of weight, it might be enough.
Oh, as they would say on the footy, this is a seesawing affair.
It is.
Wayne's up, Bruce is up. Wayne's up, Bruce is up. So it's actually a good competition.
It has been. They've both played some good bowls.
Yeah.
Very draw. Obviously, it was always going to be.
Sneak down the other end. See where Brucey puts this jack.
I think. I mean, it's into the second half of this game now, but it's still not too late for someone to just find that. It only takes one end of finding that little bit of consistency and going plonk, plonk, plonk.
We'll snag a couple ends of a two and a three. And
Yeah, you get a couple numbers
Yeah.
and that's it. That's all she wrote. So, but at the moment, I mean, they both have played those good bowls where they have been down a couple and drawn shot. Yeah, I would dare say Bruce has been more consistent throughout the game because Wayne, looking back, has had to play those. I think he's had to play 3 of them so far. And that one to the ditch, he had to land a couple bowls, and he's had to flat draw one. So he's been saving game in his last, saving shots on his last at least. But this is where he has come good. He's nailing his first bowl now and putting a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah.
Run through a touch there, but he's still good. So that camera, it's got some weird colouring.
Yeah, that's me Sony. I'll flick to that in a minute. I'm just gonna. There we go.
Yeah, it's got a real blue hue to it, that one.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty good.
That gives you a good indication though for the few people that are there watching that I've mentioned before about the live stream looking a lot lighter than what the actual green does here live.
Absolutely.
But that angle you just showed shows exactly what we're looking at. It is reasonably dark towards the end here. Ball by Brucey. Yep, number 1. Number one, still about 2 feet past. 2.5 probably. A lot of room for Wayne to draw, but again, this is the consistency we're talking about. They're both clearly bowling well, but just stringing 3 or 4 bowls together in a row is where they need to get to next, and I think whoever does that first will win this.
It's gone real shallow. See what this comes up like now. There we go.
Yeah, he
That
hasn't.
really does show how it's
It
light.
yeah, how light it is.
How
in
light
the
it
centre.
is in the middle. It's not as dark as what it looks like on
No, not
stream,
not
but,
quite.
go the other zoom might work better. Brucey's not going to be
Yeah,
far
yeah.
away.
Yeah, this could be the end.
That's
I was
a great
talking about
bowl.
here. This is
Yeah.
big from Wayne. He needs something here.
Need something.
He's done this twice going this way though. He's put 3 absolute loose pies down and then gone plonk.
See what
His
he can
track's
do
good.
here.
I'm not sure on his weight, but his track is beautiful. I'll tell you what,
I'll
his
tell you
weight's
what.
bloody.
Oh,
Oh, and he's wiggled out, so he's
wiggled
still
out, so
2
he's
down.
Still 2 down.
And again, we come back to free throws. I have been saying whoever takes advantage of these free throws will win this. So if Brucey gets this, I'm going to back him to win the whole thing.
That's not a bad track either.
Yeah, I think he's played it well. He needs to pull up.
I ain't got to sit
Needs
his.
to pull up. Oh, he's
just rolled through.
again, it's such a shame. Just not quite getting the
No.
taking the advantage.
I reckon he's got 2. I'll take a bet he's got
Yeah,
2.
he's definitely got 2. Yep. Yeah, the front one's way too far in front.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep. 12, yeah, as you said, seesawing. But it literally is. I reckon it's probably going to come down to the last end and someone will take advantage of the free throw.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's such a big bowl, but it's so easy to be complacent. You've already got the 2 shots. You know you're not going to lose the end. And a lot of times this fear of, losing the end off your own bowl, so you deliberately bowl short.
Yeah.
Brucey at least was reaching there. I can appreciate that. But
Yeah.
you tend to drop your focus a little bit. Just, that complacency.
Yeah, I've
already
got
had
2.
it. I've already got
a third
2.
will be a bonus if I get
Yep.
it anywhere near there. It's a matter of just knuckling down again.
Yep.
Sometimes it's a lot better to play like you're down.
Yeah.
Right, I've got to be there. I've got to be into it. Where are we ending up here? Brucey's going to play a bit shorter than Wayne likes full length, as I said earlier. So Brucey's
Really.
going to tend to drop it a touch shorter.
Yeah, one thing I have noticed here is neither of them have gone up to the head at all. They putting full
No.
faith in the marker to give them their shots up or shots down, and that's about the only question that's been asked.
Mm.
They don't ask where a bowl is in relation. They don't ask how short or how long. They want to know if they're up or down and how many, and that is all they seem to have cared about so far. So
But we've noticed that, and as you would have noticed with Cam from Mitcham and Jono from Boronia, going through their original early stage games, they just weren't asking questions. They weren't asking enough.
yeah,
And we were there as coaches, and they didn't say diddly boo to us all day. Through,
No.
I don't think Jono asked me a question once for the 3 games he played, I think.
no, Cam never asked me a question, but he did come over sort of every couple ends and just smile at me, give me a little high five.
Yep.
Just and just me telling him he's going well. Just keep doing what you're doing, and he's just keeping his composure that way.
Yeah.
And that's all you can really ask. And this is what these boys are trying to do, is keep their composure. And I think there's something to be said about, I don't know if like showboatiness is the right sort of term that I'm looking for, but I think there's a bit of fear when you're a novice player or a new player about going to the head. You don't want to waste too much time. You don't want the crowd starting to murmur. I don't know what the word for it would be, but I believe there is that little bit of fear with a lot of newer players.
Well, it was interesting while you're at the Vic Open, we'll get to that shortly. that I think it was in the pairs game or the triples game. One of them, the Mitcham boys were in,
Brucey's had another one.
and the juniors were playing in the rinks
Yeah.
adjacent to the main games.
Hell of a comp there too. Well done by Bowles Vic running that. That was I think all the kids enjoyed that.
Yeah, but the one thing, and they mentioned it on the live feed a couple of times, how quick the kids were getting off.
Yeah.
They were playing their games and they're gone.
Yeah.
And I think they were playing pairs as well.
Yep.
Um,
Got the jack.
probably
Got the jack.
just
Needs a bit of it.
he's
Oh, could be.
he's
That's
run-
close.
Yeah, that is. But I think the kids probably had the same thing. Get on the
Exactly
mat, bowl
right.
their bowl.
Yep.
Don't ask questions. Don't go and have a look. Just get down, get it done, get off.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a fear. It's definitely a hesitation because they're worried about looking like either they're showboating or thinking they're above the game, or thinking they're above where they're at. You know, there shouldn't be that, but I can
No.
understand that going through their head.
And again, that was an interesting
Good shot here.
little.
This is a beautiful bowl.
That's a cracker, Bruce. Yeah, well done,
Yeah,
Bruce.
lovely. May
Um,
have two there. Did we get any indication on?
Well, there's no one sitting behind that camera now, so I might turn that camera up and see if we can get a bit of crowd noise going, because the crowd is up this end. But it was interesting last time, and these guys have probably got to learn. Wayne had bowled his bowl, the one that collected Jack. Then he asked,
Yep.
well, who's holding shot?
Yeah.
Now, he's actually not allowed to ask that because it's not
After
his
it-
mat
yeah,
anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
And again, these guys are novices. They haven't played a lot of singles
Yeah.
matches and
I
things.
think I missed
of
it. I
the sort.
might have been at the bar for that one.
No, it was just then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was really quick.
Yep.
Wayne bowled it, stepped sideways like he does, with just
Yep.
watching his line.
Oh, have a look at this.
Oh,
Oh,
and he's fallen too.
I don't think he's quite done enough, but that's a hell of a shot. And if he was two down, he's only one down,
Yeah.
so that's brilliant. And that's what he's been doing good. He's been saving some shots.
Yeah. Which again, that's all you need to do. You know, don't do what I do and drop numbers.
No, that's what does a lot of players in. Yeah. And it hasn't happened here. We don't have you don't have one of those Bowls Victoria graphs, do you, with a...
No, I can't be bothered filling out spreadsheets while I'm trying to live
I
feed.
wouldn't bother. I don't see the point in it. Anytime that pops up, it's like, what are you even showing, really?
Well,
You're showing the numbers people
the
got enter
advantage
in,
the
but-
advantage that the guys have got on the Bowls Vic feed is they've got Brad, who does all the cameras and does all the computer work, but that's what he does.
Yeah.
And then the other boys, you know, commentate.
Yeah,
A little bit more difficult when you're trying to commentate, run the thing, and again,
yeah.
as you can see there, I haven't changed camera view. So it's a little bit difficult when you're trying to do the whole lot yourself and talk through the whole game.
No, you can definitely tell. I mean, we haven't done this since the King of the Hill, have we?
No, I did one at Boronia a while
No,
back, but yeah.
You've done one, but I can tell from this time compared to last time, you've got it all pretty well down.
And it
You're
was
on the
a
board
lot
with all of it.
easier
What
on
a shot.
lot easier on the setup too, because I'm not having to run power everywhere. That's a great shot by Bruce.
That is almost, in this competition, is almost a guaranteed I'm going to finish with one shot this end at least.
And this
There's
is
not too many ways Wayne can get that off.
but this is probably where Wayne just needs to play, draw second shot, draw third shot.
He's been having a lot of trouble going this way. He's only sort of been putting in one bowl out of his four.
Well, that's not too shabby.
That's
that one.
not too bad. Yeah, it blocks out any attacking, but I think the key here is just you accept you're going to lose one. You take that and run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep your draw, put four close.
Yep. Brucey's already called it short.
It doesn't look it. And he knows his bowls better than I do. I
Yeah.
just short. Yeah.
was going to try and muck around with the microphones, but I don't want to do it right in the middle of a feed because if something goes wrong, I'm going to be in a
Yeah.
world of strife. But Wayne's not too
Bloody
far
good
away
effort
again.
again.
Look at
Yeah.
this. Geez, he's nearly
Oh.
tucked that around the corner.
Tell you
Oh,
what,
You are?
David hasn't even stepped off the bank to have a good look at that, but it does look like Bruce is holding.
yeah, I'm just looking at the shadows.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll zoom in
Yeah,
on
the
that.
gaps in the shadows does tell
Yeah.
you the story, yep.
There we go.
Not a bad effort again. See, again, I think a more experienced player here is going to tumble one down with a little bit more pace here. 'Cause after Brucey's last bowl, you've got that inside edge to work off. And you can still see on his forehand, you can still see a bit of Brucey's bowl, and it will go clean.
We'll go from that view just to see the bowl coming down the green. Yeah,
Not a good
Wayne's,
track if he has the right
I
weight.
think, no, it's not going to hold because Wayne's bowl's turn a fair bit.
He just doesn't have a big enough weight, I wouldn't have thought. But again, there's nothing wrong with now ripping one down and just hoping because there's nothing behind. You're already one down anyway.
You see, if Bruce was to play this properly, you'd be a metre or two behind the head.
Yeah, you'd be covering the back here. You're not going to add another one. Not safely anyway.
He's going backhand.
It doesn't look here looking at the live stream. I'm not watching it live at the moment. No, he's definitely not.
He put it down and walked straight off the
And
mat.
for the first
set up the
time
end.
all game,
All
a
game,
player
Wayne
is
is going
going
for
up
a
to the
walk.
head.
Is the link Matt Jackson balls? Is that the link to it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bruce mid-game wants to get up the live stream on his phone and have a look. Check out his good work.
We've actually got it going on inside, so people that are going in to get a refreshment can actually still watch it.
The TV needs a good straightening in there, but
Yeah, I know.
but I do like the setup. Again, I don't know if you'll hear when I was saying it earlier, but Boronia's definitely done some good things around here since the last time I was here. It's cleaned up nicely.
The decking's nice.
Yeah, the deck's beautiful. The paint job, I believe Jono sort of
John
done
A.
that.
Gloucester did the paint job around the place.
Yeah, it's amazing. It just adds a touch of professionalism and class to the joint.
And especially now we've got the two greens under lights.
Yeah,
So we will be looking in the future to sort of do a lot more.
I said I bowl long way.
Hopefully host a lot more, a few more things.
Have you got a light out over
We've
there?
got two lights. So the lights here at Boronia were only finalised last week.
Yeah.
They literally turned them on for the first time on Wednesday. I think I was up here and I got to play under lights for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So two lights on the back green there aren't in or aren't?
No, they're in, but there's something wrong with the electrical.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wayne has gone big, which is the right shot to play. He's played a good weight at that.
Yeah.
Just missed his line. But nothing to lose there. Like we said, after
Was
Bruce's
a
first bowl,
free hit to have a go.
you're going to go down one.
Free hit to have a look, so why not? Looking at nothing there, that's good, Matt. Good camera work.
So 14-12, or if I'm playing this game, what I do in my head is I actually run it backwards. So I'm counting that 9-7. If I'm Wayne, I'm looking at it going, I'm 7-9 down. Yeah, knowing what you need to get, I think definitely helps. As long as you don't sort of stick to that. If you see it a lot where people get to 18, 19, 20 and they see the finish line and they start freaking out, but I'll bring it back to simple where, it's actually 12-15 there now, yeah.
Yeah, 12-15.
So 9-6, I'd be looking at it, that Wayne only needs 9. Forget what Bruce needs.
Yeah.
Just get your 9. But yeah, it's very easy to trick your brain. The moment you look up at that board and you see yourself, when you get to the 15, 16, 17, 18, all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, I only need one.
Mm. I'll try and zoom this in a bit, but I haven't, because it's where it is. It's a lot harder to do it, but
This could be a key end too. Wayne probably has to win it for mine. I think if Brucey wins this end, that's could be curtains.
you know,
Good start. He
our
started.
bowls president Mike Gage is just hooked in. He said it's wet up in Sydney. Mike, it's been an absolutely cracking day here in Melbourne. 23 degrees and
Still beautiful.
a bit chilly. Bruce had a decent whack at that.
It's not too bad weather-wise at all. The temps, yeah, it's definitely cooled down. But it's
cooled
still
down,
nice.
but yeah.
I'm still in shorts and thongs.
Wayne's in his shorts and both of them just in their standard shirts. So
Yeah, definitely warm up being out there. And Wayne has added. He's definitely added. Yeah. Still a good 3 feet short, but he's in the count. Brucey's got to pull some weight back here.
Mike was saying he didn't say it was cold. It's just wet.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're not looking forward to that over the next couple of days.
No, tomorrow's meant to be nice. 18 and a couple late showers. And a bit stiff there, but a good second shot. Good second shot by Brucey. Yeah, Sunday's meant to be horrible. 14 degrees and potentially rain all day long.
Yeah, tomorrow's 21, 3 to 15 mil of rain, most likely in the late afternoon and evening, so that'll be good. So we should get most of our play in tomorrow.
Good shot here by Wayne if he gets there. No, hasn't got there. Yeah, he's disappointed too. He knows he could have reached.
Yeah.
Again, just not capitalising
There we
on
go.
opportunities.
For Sunday, very high chance of rain, easing to a medium chance of showers around dawn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we might get lucky.
Might get lucky. So it might rain overnight, as
The
opposed to
greens at
during the
Mitcham
day.
hold up
But
quite well underwater. Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot Saturday night. We'll see how we go. But we'll muster on through it anyway if we have to change the format a little bit and drop some ends off the last couple of games. Because generally the Mitcham Classic, the last game of that is worth double points.
oh, righto, yep.
And generally just gets played to time. It might end up being like a 2-hour game. So while every other game is sort of 10 ends, you might end up playing 16 or 17 ends or something like that in the last one. But yeah, no, we'll be on the board with that. If it's getting too ugly, we'll just slow it down a little bit, shorten the games.
Yep.
And Wayne again, I think it's just a bit short. Yeah.
See, it's definitely starting to pull up a lot more as it does at night time.
He's still, you can see, he keeps dropping his head. He's very disappointed. He plonked one right on it, and then his next 3 were
Short.
yeah, and not by much. Like it's only that little
Metre
extra,
and a half, yep.
extra little flex in your fingers and a little bit of step through the bowl. It's really not much. So. Ooh, Dave's getting animated now. He's starting to call out the shots per end.
13:15. Righto. Boys have been at it for an hour and a half now. Jimmy Toll is saying we should host a few Eastern Ranges Championships events.
Definitely. I think
We'll
we're
definitely
looking at
try
doing
and
that this season.
try and steal a few off Mitcham.
I was in Boronia hosting.
Yes, Boronia hosting.
Oh, I
mate.
thought you were talking about Matt Jackson Bowls.
No. He's
No.
saying with the facilities and everything.
Oh, I think Boronia definitely could.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we did hold a lot last year at Mitcham, or last season at Mitcham, but it's a lot.
Yep.
It's a lot of work. It's nice to be able to go, especially playing in them. You don't want to consistently be playing at the same clubs over and over and over. It'd be nice coming here and playing on this.
Yeah.
This looks good, especially in the middle of summer. This thing would be running nice. It looks like it's running nice now, but obviously a couple seconds into it would be beautiful. No, but I definitely reckon you should, in Eastern Ranges, Jimmy Toll, I think you need to get around him and get Matt Jackson Bowls live streaming a lot of your events. Matt will be entering most of them, I'd imagine, but he'll be out in the first
I'll
round.
be out in
for a
the
lot of them,
first round.
So he'll be available for round 2.
I shouldn't have lost in the first round of the pairs.
No?
That was a shocker. Could have gone to an extra end, and I've played the shot and not taken our bowls out.
You weren't the only one, mate. Me and Hilly got absolutely belted by Aubrey, and I can't remember who he was playing with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Aubrey from Heathmont gave us an absolute touch-up.
I actually played Aubrey in the singles.
Oh, right, yeah.
Lilydale, I believe.
If he was playing anything like
It
he played
was-
against us, I'm going to imagine that he won that.
Only just.
He did win it, yeah.
Only just. But no, the green, especially this front green, it's running beautifully now that it's been topped. It's just flattened it right out. Like I said, we probably need another, little bit.
No, wait,
Put it out in the ground. Just needs a bit more traffic,
good shot.
and then a nice
Right on
rest in
bowling.
winter again, and then for summer, greenskeeper guy will definitely get it running at 100 miles an hour.
Now, a word of advice for you is to learn the name of greenskeeper guy, so you can actually converse with
I
him.
know
and,
his name is Guy.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. Hello to our greenskeeper Guy.
Was he here earlier?
No, he
Was
wasn't.
that- Oh, there was a bloke sitting over there before. I assumed it was a greenskeeper.
No.
No. All right, greenskeeper guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've started collaborating a bit more with Guy on
Yeah.
speeds of greens and things like this, and
Is he a player?
he has played. I think he's started at Heathmont.
Oh, right. Okay.
But he's been our greenskeeper for many, many years and
Yep.
does a great job. Does all the grounds and everything as well, so
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, it looks beautiful. The garden area looks amazing. The hedges there look good. All trimmed up nicely.
Yep. I think Brucey's going to pull up a bit short here, but he's...
10-1 over, yeah.
See again, Wayne's, he's got that one shot,
Yep.
and then he's
It's
just
been the same every end going this way. He's put in one bowl.
spraying them everywhere else.
Really needs to again. I know Brucey's got another one to go, but this is another free throw.
Because again, get another one in the head, and I think, no, there we
He
go.
looks alright. He looks alright. Just needs to get all the way up. Yep,
Yeah, he's in.
he's in.
So there's two.
And a good two too. He snuck around the corner, so
Mm.
it's not
It's
really
out of the way.
landable.
Can't
There's
be
gaps
played
there.
on. So again, this is where Bruce should be
Ooh,
thinking.
Yeah, he's going bigger.
What?
He's definitely going a bit bigger. It's too wide.
Oh, tell you what. Oh,
Just a fraction too wide.
just
Good
a
way for it.
touch.
And 2 to Wayne ties it up at 15-all. Wow.
Again, I said it
Yeah.
earlier. Nobody wants to take this thing by
No.
the throat.
Well, this is where, though, as I did mention before, Brucey, I feel like he's a bit more pep in his step now. I think the demons might be coming at him.
You think they're coming?
They may be. They may be. I think he might have relaxed a little bit having a 4-shot lead, but all square again. Yeah, he's definitely pacing up the green a little bit quicker there. Yeah, he can't stand still. He's definitely stuff going through his mind right now.
15 all.
I don't really want to open that app, but it doesn't matter. Again, one of them seems to hit the front and then stop, and then the other one hits the front and stops. And
Yeah.
if the game goes the way it's been going, Wayne's going to get to 17 or 18, 15,
And Bruce runs over
and
the
then
top.
Bruce will come over the top.
Yeah, the
But then
difference
probably
is
stop at around 20.
they've sort of only been going 4 shots at a time, maybe 2 ends in a row. Potentially, I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce won 3 in a row, but I think for the most part they've only been getting 2 ends in a row. So Wayne has won the last 2. I think it might be Brucey's turn to hit back. But I think if Brucey gets the lead now, he's got to run all the way to 21. If he stops and lets Wayne get back, Wayne will run over the top.
Wayne will run over the top. Bruce really needs a good start here.
He's not bad. Calling
It's
it
not
good.
bad on weight either.
Calling it good.
Might zoom on this one again.
Yeah,
That's a cracking start. So that's good. It's only half a metre through.
Yeah, there's still plenty of room, and Wayne is bowling well coming back this way, so. Yeah, I'm surprised my phone hasn't started ringing yet. Carlsy was going to knock off work and maybe come down tonight.
No, all right.
Oh, Wayne's good here. Yeah, got it back. Hold on.
Yeah,
Good
that's
shot.
a cracking bowl.
That's brilliant.
That really puts the pressure on Bruce now.
The demons.
Stop on your demons, come on.
Oh, he can't hear me.
Uh,
He can't hear me, but I know full well what's going on in his head. I've experienced it many times before. Yep,
Yeah,
there
he's
it is. You don't want to throw the game away though, Brucey. Can't remember who I was explaining it to, but there is something about nerves. Everyone feels them, but the better players ride them. They ride the nerves. You don't let them get the best of you.
No.
Actually, it might have even been me Annabelle I was telling.
Yeah.
It's me little 7-year-old. I was telling her when she gets a bit excited or nervous, it's because she's excited. It's because she wants it.
Yeah.
So ride that feeling. Don't do
No,
what
no,
Brucey's doing.
don't
now.
shy away from it, that's for sure.
Not quite there.
I was going to say the crowd's dissipated a bit, but I think a few of them are actually inside watching it on
yeah.
TV. So
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gone home. I think they've just gone in.
hello to everyone who's inside the clubhouse actually watching it on the TV.
It's a bit quick there.
I actually did get that idea from Daryl
What's up?
at Mitcham, chucking it on inside.
Yeah. Oh, I think you need to for sure. Yeah. Especially for your bigger tournaments when you do the Ludo one, have it up on the TV.
Yeah, have it up on the TV because again,
Plenty of people there. Yeah, this is a big bowl. He's played it well too. He's added.
he certainly has added.
He's in for two.
That's two. Yes, Brucey. Brucey just asking if he's down two.
It's just flopped over there. I was just going to say, he only needed a little nudge on it to make one, potentially two for himself, but it has fallen over, so the angle's slightly changed. He's going to have to hit it a little bit harder. 6 feet at the minimum, I reckon will do it.
I reckon he'll have a go. Knowing Bruce,
He's kind of got no option here.
I'll have a look down the whole green so you can see it coming in.
I tell you what, he's not far. It's not far away at all. He's probably not going to quite get. Oh, don't get your own though.
Oh. That's the danger of playing weight. You get the wrong bowl and you're in a world of strife.
So 2 to Wayne makes it 17-15, and I believe 3, possibly even 4 ends in a row. Yeah, and I think Brucey, looking at him, I think he slowed down his pace walking back this time. I think he is just recalibrating in his head.
17, 15.
He's recalibrating, but it's a matter of whether he's thinking positively or he might already be thinking, and I've had this thought before as well while I've been in a game, he might be thinking he's pissed this away. Which isn't what he should be thinking, but it's very easy to let yourself slip into that thought process. So hopefully he's not. He's just walked over to his bag to take a little bit of a breather and he's thanking the crowd now. He's trying to get his mind out of what's just happened and reset and go again. This is huge from Wayne. If Wayne puts his first bowl on, I'd love to be able to switch the camera right here, but I don't. Hang on. I'm going to try this. I might screw up the whole stream here, but nah, look at that. Got it. Figured it out. So yeah, this is massive. If Wayne puts a bowl right on it right now, that could be the end of the game. It's not too bad. He's not quite gonna reach, but that's still a good start. And that's the hand they've both been playing, so that might scare Brucey off to the other hand. And it has. But it might be what he needs to if he wants to reset. No better way of resetting than changing your hand. And track's good. And the weight is not quite. And again, Wayne hasn't capitalised, I don't think. I don't think he's reaching. No, he hasn't. Left Brucey the open.
Hence the graph. Yeah, okay. Actually, should
Hence
get
the graph. Oh,
should
whether he's
get
won
Jimmy
3 or 4
should
wins in a row.
get, should get Jimmy Toll. He can be a technical engineer while we sit here and commentate.
Good by Brucey. Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
what he
that's it,
needs.
yeah. Get a
Needed
bowl in
that.
there. Yeah, do you probably don't, because you haven't, well, you've met Wayne, but you probably
met
wouldn't,
Wayne, yeah.
wouldn't know his nickname.
No.
Movie star.
Oh, right.
Well,
Is that
look
because
at
of
him.
the
Is it
slick back hair? And
slick back here? Is it?
well, Brucey did
Good
want us
looking.
to point out too. I don't know if it's showing up much on this on the live, but before the game, Brucey did come over to us and say, "Hey, mate, I have done my hair and it's on point." So very nice.
Brucey's
effort
done
by
his hair.
Wayne.
Let's have a look. He has too.
Yeah, they're both a couple of silver foxes there. Wayne all in the beard.
Wayne is a bit of a movie star. We're
Yeah.
up here having a private function, and the girls said he looked like Keanu Reeves or something like that.
Keanu Reeves.
One of those big stars.
Thinking Paul Rudd. Got a bit of Paul Rudd about him. Ant-Man.
Oh yes. Brucey. Still got room on that hand to get around his own front bowl. Did
Brucey.
he?
Yeah, I'm more curious about what Wayne's going to play here because he just fell short of getting shot, but he does have the next 2. So there's nothing wrong with playing 8 to 10 feet through the orange. If he gets his own up and runs on, happy days.
He might be listening, mate. He's playing that forehand side.
He's played it with all 3 balls, now 4.
I don't think he's got the weight
No,
to be
he's,
doing what
he's
you're
still playing a draw
thinking.
weight. But he's
Even
got
if he-
enough. He's got enough. He's played it well. Yep, good
Yeah,
shot.
he's knocked that in. Yeah, that's great.
And stiff not to make 2, actually. Gary Cantwell. I've just seen it pop up to mention your name.
Yeah, Gary Cantwell is. Gary Cantwell's texting me, saying we need to be streaming the disability state bowls
Where's that being held?
titles
Bendigo?
next week at Bendigo.
Yep.
Canters, I would if I could, but I cannot. If I had planned it a bit better, I definitely would.
Oh, what's Brucey done here?
Brucey's
He's not
trying to
gonna-
sneak around the back, but he's done no
Oh.
damage.
Fortunate not to flip him up and over there.
I think he's only down the one.
Yep. 18, 15.
But no, Candace was down here earlier, but he's gone home. He sent me a picture of him watching his TV. He's got it on the feed. He's got it on the YouTube feed.
Nice.
But no, unfortunately, Candace, like a lot of people with full-time jobs, I can't just pack up and have a few days off or even a weekend off to live stream. So there is a bit of planning involved as well. It's not as simple as just turning up anywhere and going, yep, righto, set the cameras up and go. So
I mean, you have put a bit of money into this setup too now, so it's yeah, doing some of this sort of stuff at your own club for free is one thing, but
yeah, absolutely. I get going with that.
So fortunately I got on too early and you were able to do some stuff for me at Mitcham. But next season when I want you to do some stuff, we'll be definitely looking after you a little bit better.
Yeah, and again, again, I enjoy doing the local stuff. Get it out and about, and
We've got much less of a setup now. A lot cleaner setup.
a lot cleaner. Yep.
Yeah.
And especially with the
unload
wireless.
a car and a van the first time you came to Mitcham.
Especially with the wireless cameras, it's very handy. So
Yeah.
I'll start looking potentially at getting another couple down the road. And there has been talk of a zip line.
All right.
They're not cheap.
No.
They're not cheap, but
And that's a full setup every time you go to a new club. Yeah.
yeah.
Maxi Goldsmith organised one at Vermont one year. They have their singles. They have a short form singles comp over 2 days.
Yep.
And Maxi Goldsmith got the zip line out and was live streaming a particular rink throughout the event. And it went quite well, but it was a lot of setup. I was there for the original setup, and it took them a long time.
I've been speaking to my guys at the video guys.
Yep.
Bit
Bit loose from both of these guys. I think
Yeah.
Wayne might be seeing the finish line, and Bruce is I think he's just disappointed. That's got to be 5 ends in a row now he's lost, and I think he was 15-11 up. So Wayne's got the last 7, and I think Bruce is just licking his wounds a little bit.
Yeah, but Wayne's put his first one in the drink.
Yeah, it was perfect opportunity there for Bruce to go plonk, and
He's come up
quiet,
short,
and now Wayne's
all over it. It's still a metre, see it, Dave. Again, and this is what I said earlier in the feed, that the boys haven't played a lot under lights and haven't played a lot at night.
No.
And the longer the night goes, the slower it gets.
Yeah, it does. The moisture comes into the ground a bit. It's definitely better, Bill Brucey.
Better weight for sure.
Might be a touch quick, is he?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's just run through a little bit. And this is getting dangerous now. This is really where Wayne needs to go. Bang. If he puts one right on it, it could be curtains.
Well, again, it could be curtains now. He's got another 2 up his sleeve, and if he nails those 2, it could be
That's
game
what I'm
over.
saying. He needs to get this first one right on it. Force Brucey to play a little bit. A little bit extra weight again. He's in for another.
Yep.
It's not the greatest of 2s, but it's 2. Yeah, so you can tell Brucey's struggling to see a little bit at night, as Matty just mentioned. Brucey's obviously struggling to see a little bit because he clearly ran through by 4 or 5 feet, and he's still asking the question who had shots. So it looks like he's corrected pretty well, though. I'm backing this for shot.
It's got to get there.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, he's there. That's well and truly shot.
Yeah, beautiful. That's a pressure bowl.
Wayne's bowls. His first one's a good metre short. His second one's not far from that either.
Yeah, again, it'd be lovely for Wayne to have a coach out there helping him with these, but I reckon this is probably the 5th or 6th time this game where he's had this opportunity where he can reach. Obviously, he can draw. He's got plenty of room, but there's no harm in reaching through Bruce's bowl there, turning up either of his own others if he misses his line, but lands that bowl for 3, holds game for as long as he can. He's done enough for shot, though.
He slipped it straight through that gap.
Yeah, what a bowl.
Yeah. Lovely bowl. And this is where Bruce is going to feel the pinch a bit. But
Yeah,
again, he wasn't far off on his last one, so
Yeah, he's not going to want to run at it, though. Can't afford to lose his own bowl.
he's coming his backhand again.
Yeah, and he looks wide.
Oh yeah, way out there.
Yeah, he is wide.
No.
Perfect weight. He's going to get close, though, but he's a bit big. Alright, I'm going to sneak off for a quick toilet break as long as we've got extra
you're
ends.
right, mate. So that's 19:15. She might be all over by the time you get back. Hoping not. So I'm hazarding a guess that this is shot to Wayne. Yeah, definitely a shot to Wayne. So I'll chuck in a quick advertisement from our sponsor.
This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded.
Alright, so we're back. As you can see, the mat's right back, and he's probably all up 3 metres short. Now it's a 31 metre rink, so this end's about 28 metres. Wayne really needs to start well, and he's just a bit wide. His weight's good. Gives Bruce an opening here. If Bruce can get near the jack here, put the pressure back on Wayne. If he's got the weight, which I think he has.
He has. Good ball.
Yeah, that's a great start. That's going to put a fair bit of pressure on Wayne now. And this is where Bruce really wants to be looking at a few consistent bowls.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you expect from Novice, but it's also, very important. You can string a couple good bowls together, a bit of consistency, changes the game.
Yeah.
Comes up well inside. Comes up nice on the TV.
Yeah, Mike Gage is up in Sydney watching on the big screen now. The folks are inside watching it. Gary Cantwell's...
Doesn't like that.
No.
Didn't like it.
And that's where the improvement can come from Bruce this season. He's been doing that a lot in pennant. He'll put one on and then be 2 or 3 metres through.
Yeah, which is a little bit too far for the old one-on-one behind.
Mm.
Still not, it's not dreadful.
No.
You'd rather that than one on, one short. Good shot here.
That's a cracking bowl, that.
Wayne, that's brilliant.
Wow. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's made it very tough for Bruce now.
Not bad for the movie star. Let's see what Brucey can do with this. Lines, yeah, he's not
quite
far
there.
away. Oof.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out that I did call earlier. They keep missing their free throws. Now, this is probably the hardest one out of all of them they've had.
Mm.
But I did say that the winner would win it on the last end with a shot that he potentially should draw.
Well, here it comes.
Not bad.
He does
Not
come late.
bad.
It comes late.
That is in.
That's in.
That is game at the moment.
Wayne's holding 2. This is Brucey's last bowl.
Oh, he's going to go bigger.
Yeah.
He's winding up.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, if he gets that last bowl of Wayne's, he'll slice off for a bit of jack as well, I'd reckon.
He hasn't gone down with thundering late.
No, if he has, he's too wide for it. But if he's got good weight, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
Nice.
Look at this.
Oh, there's a hole there.
Don't find the hole. He's found the hole. Well, that's a game, everybody. So,
Well,
Wayne Gunstone finishes up 21-15 over Bruce. And I know that we'll all feel somewhat sorry for Bruce. It's 3 years in a row that he's come runners-up.
Yeah, that's rough.
But
That's bowls.
you got to get through all the rounds to get to the final in the first place. So he's done it 3 years in a row, which
Yep.
sort of shows some consistency. But again, look, it's great to see the new bowlers out and about. That's why I was keen to sort of show this novice championship, just to and give the blokes a go on TV,
Yeah.
which doesn't
No,
happen
it's
very
good.
often.
You've done an awesome job, mate, and thanks for having me along.
No, thank you for coming along, mate.
Not a
So
problem at
you
all.
and I got a big weekend coming up with the Mitcham Classic.
We do.
2 days of full-on bowling.
Early day of work in the morning, so I am going to shoot off.
All right, and
So congrats
everybody
to you,
else.
And congrats to these boys.
Yep, and
And
thank you
congrats to
everyone.
Boronia. You're doing a fantastic job here. This club's coming along nicely. So.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. So thank you everyone for watching, and we're going to close off.
21.
Have a good night and a good weekend, everybody.
This episode of Match Jackson Balls is proudly brought to you by Hooded Life, your one-stop shop for all your bowling club needs, both on and off the green, in collaboration with Bowlswear Australia. Best service, best products, competitive prices. Go to www.hoodedlife.com.au and get hooded.